We were designed to have good posture when we were born. Here are a couple of tips that you can do at home to improve your posture and your balance. A great exercise that you can do at home to improve your balance and proprioception, which is your awareness around your body, is the single leg stance. What we're gonna do is we're gonna flex our hip to 90 degrees. When you do this, I want you to activate your glute, and I want you to grip the floor with your feet. You should be able to hold this position for 20 seconds. This is a very important position that you should be able to hold. Good. Put your foot down. Now this time, I want you to bring your leg up with your eyes closed. Okay, go. If you decline rapidly, that means you're relying on your eyes than listening to your hip, your glute, and your feet to hold you up. Okay, other side. When you do this, make sure your pelvis is level. Don't lean to either side. Really try to get the intrinsic muscles of your feet to activate. Really torque your foot into the ground and hold yourself there. Okay, now, good. This exercise is very important because we're essentially doing this all the time when we walk. Once you perfected the single leg stance, a more dynamic way to do it is single leg clocks. For the first 6 hours, you're gonna use your right leg. For the next 6 hours, you're gonna use your left leg. Go ahead. I want you to really root your foot into the ground and engage your glute. Make sure that your core is firing. When you extend your leg, make sure you're firing your glute. And really dig your toes into the ground. Good, now switch legs. Really make it a point to go through all the ranges of motion. Remember, we want to see good ankle mobility through all these motions. Now, we're going to use the foam roller. Let's get on the floor. Okay? We're going to have you lying down, and we're going to place this foam roller vertically along your back. Good. You're going to make sure you're balanced on your feet, and try to get your elbows to the floor. And you can really relax them. This is a great stretch for your pec minor. Make sure the back of your neck is almost flush with the foam roller. We're gonna breathe into this position. Now, bring your arms up as if you're doing a snow angel. Good. Breathe deep into that position. Okay, bring your elbows down to your side. Deep, good. Do it one more time. Awesome. Okay. Next, we're gonna release our hip flexor. We're gonna go on our side, and we're gonna put the trigger point ball right on our side right here. You want to go right on the TFL and try to lengthen the tight hip flexor. This is a great exercise for those that sit at a desk all day. Your TFL is located around the belly button. Just find your belly button, Go lateral and go about 2 inches down. You'll find a bony projection around your hip. Just go right under that. It's hard to miss. It's really bandy though, so pay attention to lengthening those muscle tissues. Here's a great way to release all the muscles in your mid-back and your upper back. We're gonna sit right in front of the foam roller. We're gonna give ourselves a big hug. We're gonna do a glute bridge. Good. And we're gonna roll along the entire back. Stop right before the bottom of your ribs. Don't go too far down. Good. Good. If you find a place that's restricted, try using a kettlebell. Reach your hands overhead. Good. And breathe into that position and lock your arms out. Good. Just hold that position. And now pretend that's 1,000 pounds. Really try to create extension of your back. Awesome. Next, we're gonna exercise the foot. So what we wanna do for short foot is create more intrinsic muscle activation. What we're gonna do is exercise each individual toe before we start talking about arches. What I want you to do is drive your big toe into the ground and bring up your lateral 4 toes. Back down, back up, go slow. Imagine every single digit move up. Back down. Now, I'm gonna drive your lateral 4 toes into the ground and drive just the big toe into flexion. Back down, bring it back up, back down, great. Now, I'm gonna squeeze all the toes together into adduction.
Whoa. Cramp.
Cramping is okay. Your brain isn't used to these movements, but just fight through it. For some feedback, you could put a pen between your first toe and your second toe. Try not to let the pen go in either direction. Just squeeze. Perfect. Before we build arches in our feet, it's important that we build the muscles of our toes. There are 3 points in your foot that I want you to bear weight on. Over here, and at your heel. Think of it as a bridging system. You want to build an arc in the middle and not collapse in any part of that arch. Okay, put it on the floor. And for this, I'm gonna have you stand up. Good. I want you to pull back into your heel and build a bridge right in the middle of your foot. This position of your foot will give you a biomechanical advantage. Good, relax. What I want you to do is shorten your foot by creating an arch in the medial aspect of your foot. You can achieve this by creating an arch in your foot by gripping onto the ground. Go ahead. Relax. Go ahead. Relax. You might find this difficult to do in the beginning, but over time you will build strength and endurance in these muscles. A progression to this exercise is putting a towel on the floor, and I want you to pick up the towel with just your toes. Go ahead. Good. Then, you can put a weight on one end and do some towel drags. When people come into my office with low back pain, I don't give them lumbar support. When we put something around our midsection to hold our body up, we lose the ability to use these stability muscles. Why would you give your foot a crutch that you wouldn't give your back? I'm in favor of building the intrinsic muscles of the foot like you would your low back. Don't use a crutch. Dead hangs is a great way to decompress pressure off the wrist, the elbow, and the shoulder. It also releases the lat and the rotator cuff. When we have shoulder issues, I always examine the interval between the rotator cuff and the rhomboid. Scapular mobility is essential for healthy shoulders. Improving your posture and balance can save you a lot of time and money. Doing this could help you for the rest of your life.